because it says it was. All right. Hello, people. Let's do this. Okay, that says public, so maybe that's it.
Oh, and it says Copperhead Road is now locked.
Yeah, so maybe that was the problem. So.
And we lost our view.
There, now there's two. So sorry everyone, there was a little mess up. I don't know what was going on. I think, hey Dakota Moore, I'm glad you're here. I watched your first video. Have you done any more yet? Sorry we're a little late. We've actually been on a hey Baroness. Hey, see, it's not entirely. We've had a live stream going for the last 5-6 minutes, 10 minutes, and nobody was showing up, and we were like, what's going on, you know? But thank you guys. Rue was like, well, you know. I
said we did it for 2 minutes. We don't have to do it now.
Yeah.
And plus, I've been working on.
See Steve Earle? Look at it. Yes, it's time for bed, kiddos. I told you. No. Yeah. What do you think about old Steve Earle?
We probably lost Steve Earle today.
He's clicked the pop up as soon as it came on the phone. Oh no. Yeah, he's pretty cute, isn't he? You see his nails are still done from the other day. We have to do them again soon. Yes, hello Angel Eyes. I don't know what was going on. Well, I do know partially what was going on. The one that we were in for about 10 minutes because we thought everything was going all right was actually I looked in YouTube Studio and it said it was private. So I don't know. I don't know what was going on. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit so you can see Steve a bit better. There we go. That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah, so Rue had to go deal with the children, even though I told them, and she had to tell them something, even though I told her to wait. But Rue, all right. How's everybody doing? Deb's Way, Vintage Vibes. Your alarm went off. You said you were going to set one. Baroness. Yes. Let's see. Catch everyone. YouTube's having an issue here when watching other channels. You cannot watch ads. I don't know. So I'm not having ads yet. I'm still not monetized. Yes. Homesteading, Dakota. Homesteading is an adventure with kids. It's there's always something going on. He's kind of like a shoulder pig sometimes. He likes to climb up on your shoulder. Don't jump. So you get a good view of his bottom there. We castrated him the other day. You can kind of see a little bit of the. Did you go ahead and tell them when I told you to wait?
I was.
So you did.
Yeah, because I was going back there.
Yeah, inner bird.
What? Embracing his inner bird.
Because he was climbing up on my shoulder like a parrot.
He does like to do that. Don't let him carry himself.
I know. Well, I think you can castrate him at like a week old or less, like a day old. But we did it at like 3.5 weeks. But you know, it needed to be done. I think the sooner you do it, actually, the better in a lot of ways. Because if you do it sooner than that, then if you do it sooner, then they can recover. You know, be with mama a little bit and recover. Yeah, you can do it really early. I think like a day old you can do it. So.
Hey, hello. Hey, Vintage Vibes. Oh, Steve, I'm trying to talk here. Okay, here.
He wants to come with my shoulder. I don't want to. So last night he was. Let's get over for me, please.
Oh, you're killing me when I do that.
Last night we were sitting outside holding him, and she was talking to him, and his little tail was waggling.
Hey, I don't know if I need to. Anyway, maybe in just a second.
See his tail waggling?
How you doing? See it. How you doing? Hey, I've had a good day. I think Vintage Vibes asked me. We've had a good day. I've been working. We've just been working outside. We went to church, went to Walmart. Me and Solly did, and then just working all day. Hence, reason why I'm in the same shirt. My hair looks like this.
So when their tails wag, then it's like dogs. It's because they're happy and content and stuff. Is what the internet says. It was like some pig sanctuary or something like that. You just wait on that, okay? We've got Rua's dealing with somebody locally because she was she maybe getting some swim lessons for our kids because make sure they can do that. But anyway, yeah, it's crazy, I bet you're exhausted, Baroness, from what you were doing down there, just turning all that soil like that. I bet you are. Yeah, that's crazy. It's really hot here today. It was in the 90s, like 92, 93 is what our thing said, and it's probably only gonna get hotter.
What's matter? Jimmy will put it back on the couch.
Sure, you can go put it up if you want to. Yeah. But it's been hot here. That's one of the reasons that I guess you didn't really see too much about because I didn't make it public beforehand. I didn't schedule in advance. Are you gonna put them? Oh, she's gonna put them on the couch. So if we want them in a few minutes, we can have them. Yeah, I bet it is hotter there. But you didn't see what the live stream was going to be about. I messed up, but
It's 3
okay. Yeah, but it was going to be about how hot it is and how we're dealing with the heat and stuff like that. Because we don't use an air conditioner actually here on Copperhead Road. So we have Chad on the homestead. He's my friend.
I was looking at Steve.
He's my friend that lives on the homestead with us, and our friend that lives on the homestead with us. Then Nan and Papa live here, and then about a year ago, Rua's dad appeared, and we gave him a place to live. He was homeless at the time, and anyway, of the 4 households that live here, only Grandpa uses air conditioner, and he uses it because he's sick. He's got
cancer.
Yeah, he's got
cancer.
He has
like stage 4 cancer.
Yeah, we don't know a whole lot about it, but
that's nice that it's late fall, July.
Oh yeah, because she's in Australia. But anyway, we're just gonna thinking about the heat and how we're gonna beat the heat and what we're doing, and how that's happening. Some people think it's kind of crazy that we don't use an air conditioner, so we're going to talk about why we don't use an air conditioner as well. But I want to make sure everybody gets in here first and we get rolling really well.
Do you want to secure a place?
What?
This one lesson? Do you want to secure a place for this one lesson too? I'm sorry, I have a one-track mind. And I'm on swim lessons.
Sure, secure the place. It'd be I could be 17th century till it comes to air. Yeah. Well, we don't use air conditioning for a few different reasons. One of the reasons that we don't use air conditioning is because we don't want to fuss at our kids about opening and closing the door kind of thing. It's it's really kind of difficult to do that. So we want to be outside a lot, and then also another reason, because kids open and close the door. I did a lot when I was a kid. They do it with the refrigerator, and that gets us irritated enough. But another reason is that we don't use the air conditioner because if it's cool inside, then we might not want to go outside.
I feel like I wouldn't want to go outside if it was. And then the kids wouldn't want to go outside.
Yeah, we just want to be inside and want to hang out inside and do stuff.
I was pretty angry when we first got here, and I'm like, we did actually have air conditioner. He hooked it up because is he still up there?
Yeah. We put Steve on the back of the couch. He was been sitting on the back of the couch.
There's a wall.
And there's a wall, and I was he kind of made his way over here, and he's kind of nibbling his way over here. I'm kind of watching him because he's not really potty trained super well, and I don't want him to use the potty on the in the house. But because if we have the air conditioner on, then we
no, not even to sleep.
No.
So usually we have like a pool from Costco or Sam's Club, but they are all out of pools. Pools are actually the new toilet paper. So my father-in-law, Papa. He actually had
Rua, spent all day on the phone yesterday, was it? Or first half of the day on the phone.
First half of the day.
I'm sorry. We're kind of distracted with Steve. Sure. But she spent, hey, Tiny Home Deals. She spent like half the day yesterday calling, trying to figure out where our pools, because we bought a couple of them at Sam's Club and Costco over the last few years. They're a few $100s. They have been in the past a few $100s, but they don't have them at all. And our kids are kind of rough on them. We don't take care of them very well. We had left this other one up last year. You might have seen it in a little bit of the footage from the very beginning. We left it up the whole, last year through the winter. And then the kids climbed in it and played in it and stuff like that. And the dog, got over there and he tore it up. So, I was going to use it again and all that stuff this year, but he tore it up, so we couldn't use it again. So we were going to just buy another one. Hey, Quebec Homestead. It's still cold there. Yeah. And so we were just going to use it again, but then they tore up, so we were going to buy another one, but now they don't have them anywhere. We can't find any pools at Sam's Club or Costco. Everybody's sold out. And I think it's because, in my opinion, I'd love to hear what you have to say. I think it's because, everybody got stimulus checks, so they have money in order to, buy those things now when they might not have had the money before. And number two, it is kind of, getting kind of warm. And number three, they're at home. They're at home a lot now because of the quarantine. They were at home a lot. So, and then maybe also because they shut down China. Maybe a lot of them came from China. I don't know.
Lot of the pool maker people had a plant closed down. I think that's why.
Yeah. So she spent all that time looking for it, and then Papa and Nana. Papa got one. My sister had in her backyard in Columbia, Missouri. Had in her backyard. We're in Western Kentucky. It's about 3-4 hours. She lives over there in Missouri. Had a koi pond in her backyard, and it was a big kiddie pool, big tough kiddie pool. But it's about 2.5 feet deep, I'd say. It's not quite 3 feet deep, but 2.5 feet deep, and it's quite a bit larger than those regular circle ones. It's more like a hot tub size in some ways.
Yeah.
He brought it home from Columbia, and they used it as a goat shelter for a while, and the goats would get under it and stay out of the rain. But he still had it and brought it over here, and the kids have been playing in it yesterday and today.
Got in it,
and Rua got in it. So anyway, so we've been using that just the last couple of days. I told Papa to bring it back, to bring it over here, a few weeks ago, a month ago, because we'll just use it and figure it out. And if we need to get rid of it, then we can. Anyway, yes, dig a hole, get heavy duty plastic, lay that down, fill with water. What we were going to do was get some straw bales because we have some access to straw bales, and make like a straw bale pool. And get a tarp and stuff, a heavy duty tarp. But they didn't. She was afraid they didn't have it. We might still do that, actually.
We might still do that. I don't know what we'll do.
Anyway,
I would actually like it just to go back to normal.
15-minute walk down to the bay. You said, Angel Eyes, Icebox, Ice, and Box Fan. Yes. We use a lot of fans too.
Yeah,
we keep our windows open, and we have ceiling fans, and just about there's 3. We're in the kitchen, living room, dining room area. It's all kind of one. It's kind of tiny house, mobile home thing. Anyway, and we've got 3 right here, and then there's one in the kids' room. There's one in our room, and we're gonna put another one in the other bedroom that we were using for storage. We might turn that into a bedroom again, but yeah. So yeah, we use fans. You just gotta watch for sharks and snakes, Angel Eyes. I'm looking back at some of the messages while I was talking. You looked all day Rocky Hill and couldn't find one in Northeast Georgia. We haven't went out shopping for them, actually looking. But Rua
I've
called
pretty much everywhere,
and some of the pool places too. To see if they would come and put one in.
Even
though I didn't want her to put one in, I don't want a regular pool because they require chemicals and chlorine and electricity and all this stuff. And I'm usually the one to take care of it the past couple of years, and I don't really want to. I don't enjoy doing that. And I told her she would take care of it if she wanted to.
And I would love to take care of it if I could find a pool.
But my mother bought this large 3x5 roughly ice pack thing from Aldi, where you put it in the freezer, then at night put it in your bed, helps you stay cool on hot nights. Might look into something like that.
I think Chad has something that I don't know.
Have you ever heard of a chillo before? You know, one of those bed buddies. I think you can put those in the freezer too. Yeah, and it keeps you cool for a little while.
I haven't done. I've always just used the heat.
Yeah, Dakota, your mother has one that she got from Aldi. We might have to look into something like that. Let's see. It gets intolerably hot here only 2 weeks out of the year, so I usually sleep in the basement or sleep with an ice pack. You don't have Quebec Homestead? Y'all don't use air conditioner either? You got it all worked out, Vintage Vibes?
I wonder why you were having problems with it. It's weird.
Yeah, we want to get a big pool for them. I want to dig a natural pool ultimately, but you know, like I think it was Weedham and Reap did, but we wouldn't do as fancy as theirs. I think they had it, you know, professionally done and all that stuff. We would do it ourselves. You know, we might hire an excavator to do it, but the soil, a lot of the soil is clay here, so you wouldn't need a liner. It would hold water on its own. And then the thing with a natural pool is you've got to have at least 50% of the area of the pool. You've got to have plants, and we probably kick that up to about 60 or 70% actually, because we want to grow some cattails and some other things in there.
Cattail pancakes.
Yeah,
I think that's a goal of mine. Is cattail pancakes.
But yeah, we want to have some of those things, but we're just not there yet. We got so many things in the works.
Stearns playing pools here in Sydney. I am not. I don't think I can afford the shipping and handling.
Where did you read that?
Right here. No, where'd it go?
Stearns playing pools here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Pools? Yeah.
Project 48,462. Oh yeah, so many things. We're still remodeling our house. I've mentioned that, and y'all said y'all want to, you know, me to shoot some of those kitchen and those remodels. I just haven't started working on it yet this summer, and Rua's fussed at me a bit behind camera and told me that she wants me to start working, you know, on it now. But
hey,
so Amazon, Rua's found a couple of pools on Amazon, but I think they're kind of gouged right now.
They're price gouged.
Yeah.
Like some of them, like they're just like $300 or $400 or $1,000.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, they're price gouging.
Oh yeah. You know, and maybe they're not. I don't know. I don't know where you stand on all that stuff. I totally understand, you know, supply and demand capitalism and so on and so forth, but.
$1,000. It's not even one of the good pools, and you can get.
People are paying it, you know, so.
Maybe I should
they can do it. No, I don't want to pay it. I don't think it's worth it to, you know, do that.
It's your money. If I buy it, it's just my money.
Yeah, but we've got so many things going on here that we want to. I'd like to start working on that, so this winter, whenever we have heavy rains again, that it can start filling up. You know, so maybe we'll do that. I have an air conditioner, but it's for my COOLBOT cold room for my veggies. Yes, we've got a couple of air conditioners that we don't have hooked up, and we were thinking about making a walk-in, you know, cooler, like super insulated, and using those air conditioners in order to, you know, yeah, we're thought about doing that.
Oh,
Papa and I have anyway.
Papa and him have. I haven't been informed of that
because, yeah, this time of year it's super expensive on Amazon. Oh yeah, we've thought about using a galvanized stock tank, but. You know, those are pretty expensive too, actually.
He doesn't want to drill a hole in it.
And I don't want to, you know, mess it up. You know, I'd want to use it for something else. But so this thing, if we did something like that, what we'd end up doing, I think, is, you know, filling it with water. We've got plenty of water here. Some people don't, you know, but we're very blessed with water in Western Kentucky. And we fill it up with water and use it for a few days instead of that, and then dump it out, and then do that and whatnot. So I mean, just go back into the ground. But we do fans.
We do fans.
We do the pool usually.
Yeah.
But what we'll end up doing, I'll end up doing until we figure out what the pool is. I'll probably end up just taking a cold shower every night, and that cools you down for a while. But usually, Rua don't like taking cold showers almost ever. So what happens is I take a cold shower. And then I lay in bed, and she puts her warm body on me and takes all my coldness away and makes me gets me hot again. You know, which isn't, you know, so bad, I guess, in a lot of ways. But you know, it takes my coldness away. So, but COOLBOT's the bomb. Costs so much less than an actual fridge compressor. Go for it. So, COOLBOT, is that kind of the same thing, like a super insulated room? No, we don't have a basement. I'd like to have a basement. We're in a you know, a trailer, a mobile home, a manufactured home. And some people have put basements underneath them, but we didn't have time to dig a basement before we got here. From the time that we decided to move in California, many of you have heard this before, from the time we decided to move in California till the time that we got here, it was only about 6 weeks. We decided to, so we sold our house. In 6 weeks' time, we decided to. We sold our house, quit my job, packed all our things, and got here in about 6 weeks' time. Easy there, Tiger. Too much info.
I agree. Too much info with that.
No, we have a healthy relationship. But have you ever thought of getting one of those DE humidifiers? She could sit in the center of a room. Those really take the edge off.
I don't know those are.
The dehumidifiers. Oh yeah, but we keep our windows open, so in order to do that.
A dehumidify. Yeah. I do know what that is.
Yeah, we know what a dehumidifier is. Just give the kids handheld fans and get them to fan you all for a small allowance.
Yeah.
They can't sit still.
They can't sit still and do it.
Oh,
I don't seem to want my money.
Yeah. Illinois, I've heard, Dakota, is that where you are in Illinois? I've heard they've got some major problems, with politics and taxes and stuff. And Kentucky's pretty bad too, actually, but
I think they're all
Illinois is even worse. But it's not one of those free states. Hey, Web Health, glad you're here. We have been in Western Kentucky for 3.5 years. We got here about November of 2016. But yeah, again, I like that idea. But if we didn't have the windows open, then we'd lose some of that stuff. But yeah, taxes are pretty bad there, is what I've heard, Dakota. But we might end up trying that sometime. One of the problems with not running the air conditioner is sometimes the humidity does like cake some of your spices and stuff like that. It gets in your things. But I like it in a lot of ways, not having the air conditioner running.
I like it now. I hated it first, but I actually like it now.
Yeah.
So
it makes us spend time outside, and we've got a big fan out on the front porch.
We do.
And Rua has to get ready in the morning. And today was the day for church.
Mm-hmm.
Today for church, she went outside. We got ready and went to church. She took her shower and then went outside and blow dried her hair in front of this big fan. So it was nice. It wasn't bad. She's gonna start doing that in the morning too. And we have an outdoor kitchen that we cook in outside.
And then hopefully, we were gonna do an outdoor shower before Rona.
Yeah, and we're still planning on building an outdoor shower. We're building an outdoor shower because the steam in the shower in the bathroom from the shower, it doesn't evacuate as fast as you want it to, and also because I want to start remodeling the bathroom. So build an outdoor shower. All right, Quebec, I appreciate you being here.
Angel Eyes, they're still closed. Yeah, I am. So you can go here with the riots. You can go out and riot in large groups, but they don't want you to go to church. Don't want you to do some other stuff. So I took my third born out today, and we just went to Walmart. So I'm kind of over it.
Yeah. Hey, Micro Farmer, glad you're here. You can go to church now. They said in the state of Kentucky you couldn't for a while. Hey, Jaffer Gaming, glad you're here. But that was kind of ruled unconstitutional. So we've been back for 2 weeks. I think you could have been back for 3 weeks, but our church decided not to the first week that they opened it back up. And it's different because people are spread out more.
Hello, Page family. Hello.
Hey, Page family. Glad y'all are here.
Web Health.
Yeah. People are spread out more. There's not as much singing. They had some music instead of or some singing on the audio that you could sing with, but because they don't want you to sing. Churches aren't open in Florida yet.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Are y'all having any riots?
Kentucky's God's country. Everybody goes to church here. Not everybody. Yeah, just kidding. It's hard. Even though we're going to church, Web Health, it's still hard.
Different.
It's not as much fellowship,
It's different.
So last week somebody said, messaged me after and said nobody talked to me. Well, nobody
They left. Nobody talked to us either.
Nobody talked anyway, because it was like everybody filed out. But I preach part-time, so today I preached and I went to the back and I kind of said hello and goodbye to everyone as they went out. But beaches are not churches.
You know, it should be, because I love the beach. I miss the beach. We keep planning a trip to Florida and it keeps getting run.
The church where we went to in California, they have a drive-through church kind of thing, where a drive-in church.
Church.
You know, so they meet in the the parking lot and have a PA system out there and stuff like that. So hey, Mary Matthews.
Church is open in Colorado, limited to 50 people in a room.
Yeah, it's crazy as far as that goes. Our church is pretty small that we go to, so there were probably only 50 there today. I think we have a seating of about 300. That we could have 300 there, but
Yeah, you have to get rid of that.
no, that's okay. But you like the kitchen, so I'll bring it up a little bit. It might be a little dirty, but
there's that bookshelf that I can't keep straight. I keep getting books off. They just take books off.
I put this up. This is that Shugi-san where I burned the wood, and then I put those shelves up. In hindsight, Rua wishes she had closed cabinets. We had cabinets there before, and then I put this galvanized, a metal up on the side here, and we had that window installed. There was a much smaller window there really before, but that's a slider, so we really like that.
Your head's blocking the.
And we have what?
The farm seat. I want new floor.
This is a cast iron, enamel cast iron sink that we really like. But yeah, I really like it a lot too. And this counter I did, I made some mistakes. I learned I did one outside first, and then I did one.
Good idea.
And then I did this one, and we kind of stained it, but I kind of filled the gaps with some wood filler, and I wish I hadn't have done that. But
have to fix it.
I'll fix it. I need to take a wire brush and kind of scrub it out, and then restain it a bit. But
if we could find the stain, we may have to do it a different color.
Well, I might have to paint it, or just do another stain. It might be a little different, but we kind of like it. The white and the black, and it's kind of bright, and I really like the light. You can't see it very well. It's a big fluorescent light. Do you see that? Here's one of those fans that I was talking about. But it's a big fluorescent light, provides a whole lot of light for the for the kitchen. I hated the light for a long time before. And Rua said, when we do this,
I remember what the light was.
When we redo this, we need to refix that light. I said, I've already been thinking about that. I've hated that light since we moved in. It came straight down. It was like a little bell, and it had a light on the inside, right over the sink.
I remember that now.
It was the worst. I hated it.
That doesn't count against
I hated it. And I told her that I'm fixing things. I'm just doing it slowly. And YouTube, to be honest with you, slowed me down a lot because I work on YouTube and trying to get this going and providing content for you all. But Colorado had drive-in church like drive-in movies until this week. Pull in the parking lot, nose into the sidewalk, and there's an altar set up on the sidewalk. Yeah, we take the Lord's Supper in our fellowship every Sunday. And they give these individual things out that are, the bread tastes awful. It's like cardboard.
It is cardboard.
It's really cardboard.
Is. It's not food. Oh, okay. Always wanted not cleats. Okay, a typo. I figured it was a typo.
But it's awful. We take it every Sunday in our fellowship, and but because you can't pass it around because it normally has this tray that you pass it around, everybody touches it, and that passes germs too much. So, I don't like it at all.
Who chooses the most things in your home? I don't know anymore.
Who chooses the most what? As far as how things go, I choose because I'm the one doing it. But I choose based on all the things that she said and what I'm willing to do.
True. So I wanted the galvanized metal, and then I wanted this setup.
Did you want a galvanized metal?
Yeah.
I wanted that too.
Because I wanted that in the bathroom.
That's hard to do. I had to use the circular saw to do it, and it throws little shards of metal while you're doing it. So I had to squint like this in order to do it, so it wouldn't get in my eyes. And I started wearing goggles, and then I still got it on my shards in my hands sometimes. Oh man, it was awful.
House honestly, he doesn't really care about decorations. per se, and I have like a couple things like here and
Well,
stuff.
we bought these
but
things, these signs
I
up
picked
here
those out.
at Sam's Club, and I put them up there.
No, we got those at Hobby Lobby. Huh?
Nope, those got at Sam's Club.
Those were at Sam's Club?
This one over this back window, it says, as for me, it's Joshua 24:15. As for me and my house will serve the Lord. We got it at Hobby Lobby. We got a big clock over here that you can't see that the kids knocked down. That's another reason I don't want to decorate too much, is because our kids are very destructive. And if we, if we buy a lot of decorations and stuff, then they're gonna just destroy them.
Yeah.
So we had this big, nice clock. I loved it. We both like clocks. We got this big, nice clock over here, and about a week ago, the kids knocked it off the wall and it broke. Andrew was like, "I'm putting it in the trash," and I said, "No, just put it back on the wall until we get something to replace it."
Probably my house would be a lot. I've kind of given up on the decorations right now. My kids just destroy stuff. Like, they're not even meaning to destroy stuff. And, you could say, well, decorate it and then just yell at them. Or maybe somebody else has better kids than ours. I don't know, but that's just where we're at. One day my house will be like decorated.
Yeah, our kids are. Our kids are good, but
they're good. But
it was a cheap clock. It was plastic. What broke? It was only like $20, but it was still nice. I can turn around and show it to you real quick. It's right there. Sorry, see it broken there? Yeah, I don't like it. But about the liquor stores. About the liquor stores, you said, Page family, I was the same way. Like, liquor stores are essential, but Rua can explain that to you.
So I actually like the liquor stores being essential because I am actually an intensive care unit nurse. And so you have people that come in with delirium tremens and these really severe medical issues. And somebody told me, like, just let them die. Well, you can't really do that. If we see someone here that, on the floor, we're going to have to call for help.
So when everything's shut down, that's not the time to try to get people detoxing from liquor.
You don't want people detoxing from liquor or anything.
Hey, Wash Farms, glad you're here.
It's pretty awful. It's pretty awful to see the alcohol.
Don't confuse what we're saying about our kids being destructive. We love them very much. We're very appreciative to be their parents.
I love my kids.
But they are, destructive, and we try to, kind of. I do anyway. A lot of times try to facilitate a free spirit in some ways, which it causes problems. And we want them to experiment with the world and all that stuff. And we tell them, "You broke this and whatnot." Actually, a lot of this week, one of them, one of our baby bunnies got hurt and died from the kids, and we were like, you're too rough. You're too rough with them, but. Yeah, I disagree about churches too.
It's weird about churches,
especially the government controlling it. Let churches make that decision themselves, in my opinion. And I don't want to get political on the channel too much, but I'm very libertarian without trying to, but people are grown ups. Suggest to them, tell them. This is what we suggest as far as it goes. We don't think you should do this. We don't think you ought to do that, but. Let them make their own choices, and sometimes they make poor choices, and that's what we do with our kids. Actually, we let them make their own choices on some things. Sometimes they make the wrong choice, and
I'd rather them learn here with us supervising than later not supervising. So
yeah, they're being kids.
They're being kids, and I love my kids. We've talked about having another one, so
yeah, I would make them pay for a new one, but. We don't give them an allowance or anything like that, and but they'll learn, and I think Cosby and the Cosby Show said something about children being cursed, children getting the curse, that your children will be just as bad as you are or worse, and but kids are kids, and that's great, I think they're learning consequences, and and we will make them pay for things. They've got, chores and stuff they do around here because they're part of the farm. You do this because you're part of the farm. But
how do we get off this and say something
about making them pay for it? And I want to as well. We have made them pay for some things before, and but you supported liquor sales were on the rise during this lockdown. Yeah, because people were at home a lot more. And it's
with the pools and the toilet paper.
What is it? In Proverbs says, the one who's dying give wine, and stuff like that. So Yeah, so it's like, things are horrible, and things are depressing. So yeah, I need a little bit of booze to, to cheer me up, but anyway.
Yeah, I think once they get older, we will. I mean, my oldest one is just 8.
Yeah, they'll learn,
They'll learn.
And I think I probably my brother tells a story about me nearly burning the house down whenever I was a kid. Nana and Papa might corroborate. I don't remember, but I've heard him tell me over and over again. And Nana and Papa mentioned it, that I took my Cookie Monster stuffed animal and put it over a lamp, and it started catching on fire. And he went outside and took it outside so it didn't burn the house down. So. Yeah, Grant did. Apparently, he's the hero, and I'm the
the big dummy.
I'm the big Dumbo. But yeah, apparently kids just do this kind of stuff, and I've seen it over and over again. About people talking about this. And I think our kids are pretty normal as far as that goes.
All the
weed breakage from the children. They have funny stories in the future. I think so too. Yeah, that. And Papa always says, these kids can. They can break an anvil, and they agree. They disagree. We don't spank our kids very often, really at all anymore. We used to.
We used to.
We don't.
We have different parenting.
We don't spank him, and Papa says there's nothing wrong with him. A good spanking wouldn't fix. He's just kind of old and crotchety kind of thing sometimes.
He's not on here, I don't think.
He probably is, but
no, I think I just saw him drive out, or Nana did.
Anyway, we don't really spank very much. I think that
for real.
I think that they need a lot of love and support and encouragement like that. And you may disagree, and that's fine. That they'll have a lot of time for some of those things in the future. And I really believe, and maybe I'm wrong, but if I keep telling them every time, you don't treat each other that way. You don't treat each other that way.
Nice.
You love each other. That's not nice. And I just keep on reinforcing that over and over and over again. That ultimately that'll be the voice in their head, and that whenever they do something, they'll hear their dad saying in their head, that's not nice. We don't do that.
They'll just hear their mother. Papa is old school. They'll just hear their mother about safety. I'm like a safety freak.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had a Cookie Monster. Maria and I both have Big Birds.
I love my Big Bird.
I think I still have mine. It's in the old trailer that we lived in. That's about a mile and a half from here. I bet it's rat eating and stuff like that.
We're not doing it.
I don't want it either. Your grandma's old school too. My grown kids have thanked me more than once for making them toe the line when it's appropriate. Yeah, we do too. We
hold them
correct
accountable.
them. We correct them, and stuff, and But anyway, let's see. Lamb chop was your favorite. This is the song that doesn't.
I don't remember. I just remember
Shirley. Shirley, what was her name?
I don't remember what her name was.
Shirley.
I can see Lamb Chop and her, but I don't know her.
Yeah. I forget.
I like Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
And Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
Yeah,
I had a Chatty Cathy with my butt. I got a lot of spankings growing up too, and so did my brother, and so did my sister, and I don't know. I don't criticize others, for parenting differently, and I have definitely, given my fair share of spankings, and I feel bad about some of them. Like, I spanked the kids. I think I spanked one of them once for wetting the bed, and I was like, oh man, what a horrible thing to do. I can't believe I did that, and so I'd almost rather err on the side of not spanking. That's for us, though.
Anybody else, whatever.
But anyway.
Captain Kangaroo.
I think Captain Kangaroo was before my time.
I think Chad remembers Captain Kangaroo because I'm pretty sure we've had this conversation. Like with him, we had this in the whatever the old shows conversation.
We should tell that today. Oh, yeah. I didn't read that until just now. Did you see what Priscilla Rossbach said? My neighbors were drinking in their backyard last night with another neighbor. Sure could tell that today.
I bet.
Let's see. What else did we miss? Do we ever drink at all? I don't like drinking. I
like about 3 margaritas or some hard lemonade.
You like 3 margaritas?
3.
You mean in one sitting?
Yeah. But that's about it.
I don't like the drink. I've tried it, but I just don't like it. I don't like the taste of it.
I like free margaritas.
But I mean, I have before. I was teetotally against it religiously. I would say it was wrong in the from the Bible, but I don't think you can make that that argument very well. But let's see, what else did we miss? Don't get political. That's my job, fairness. That's funny. Yeah. I mean, I have my political opinions. I have very strong political opinions, on things. Mostly very libertarian. Live and let live. Government stay out of my business. But you can keep that between us if you want to. I just try to be quiet about it. Three. Yeah. Vintage Bob said 3. Oh yeah, she's a lot of fun after she's had 3 of them. That's very specific, Rua. 3 and no more.
3. That's it.
Oh man, move over. Give Gummer a glass of wine.
People said I tried some wine and I didn't like it, but the local wine.
It feels like
I would like to try some.
It tastes like spoiled grape juice.
I don't think we were drinking the right wine. We're trying the low carb diet though.
I prefer.
Which I just ate some cookies.
I prefer sweet tea, and actually, I don't even like sweet tea with sugar anymore. I just like the stevia flavored tea.
I do too.
But that's something other way we beat the heat. Back to the conversation.
Hey, our anniversary's coming up. I bet that Mexican restaurant's open.
Yeah, we'll be married 15 years this week. Can you believe that? Do we look like we're old enough to be married 15 years?
Yeah, we do. We do.
I insist on my 1 a day. I don't like it. I just don't like it. Don't ever have 4. Your family may expand. Really don't want to talk about that, apparently. That's how, all these other kids have been made. She tries to steal my heat or my cold at night. Yeah, 15 years. The Bible said drink wine for your stomach's sake. Yeah. A little wine is what it said, but
I don't.
Not 3 margaritas worth.
3 I know when to stop. I do. I'm not interested. I've seen so many alcoholic people.
June 10th, 2005. It was a magical day. 15 years. Hey, daughter of states' rights. Yeah, we had a great time. We went through a lot.
I don't think I can do that because I think it'll work.
We've had a great time, but I think I was pretty bad to her when we first got married. I was rude, and I didn't know how to treat, be nice to her. So I was critical, and I probably insulted her, and not probably, I insulted her, and I wasn't very nice. I don't think. I mean, I wasn't mean. I never hit her or anything like that, but I was probably verbally, abusive with my mockery and stuff like that when we first got married. But I didn't know, and then she didn't know really how to be a wife, and I didn't know how to be a husband. But I think a lot of people go through that. I'm hoping that we can teach our kids better, how to.
Hope so. I keep looking down because I set up swim lessons for little children.
You haven't had drinking over 40 years. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't think I'm going to do it again. She started on margaritas. Actually, that's only been last year or so that she's
yeah.
Because we used to be teetotally against it.
I was never teetotally, but my grandpa and my dad were both alcoholics, and I just thought that's not for me. What if I turn into one? But after seeing all that and seeing all these people in the hospital, and it's awful. So if you're a struggler out there, I'm sorry.
Baroness, I wasn't verbally abusive as far as just insulting and calling her names and stuff like that. I more just belittled her feelings and stuff like that.
He didn't know. We were pretty young.
Understand what I'm saying? That I cared about her, but I came from a completely different family dynamic. And we teased in those ways, and they didn't.
No, my family does not tease in those ways.
And when I teased in those ways, it kind of drew us apart in some ways. And so
I was pretty sensitive too. I didn't know how to handle.
We didn't
myself.
really, but I think that I've just you learn how to in 15 years of marriage. Some of you could say that you learn how to treat each other, and not even just 15 years of marriage. It's 15 years of relationships. I was raised by Nana and Papa, and we treated each other a certain way and did certain things, and that worked in our family. We would argue, not calling names, but argument just for learning how to, to argue cases and stuff like that, almost like we were lawyers. And they didn't do that, so.
We swept everything under the rug. That's how my family did with stuff.
Lips that touch wine will never touch mine, or did I drink too much? Yeah. I would say, I used to say about the only sure way not to become an alcoholic is not to ever drink alcohol at all. And I think that's probably true for some people, that you need to stay completely away from it. But somebody asked me, so we answered. But I don't like it, and Rua only does it every now and then.
Very occasionally. I don't even like doing it at home.
We were 20 years old when we got married. We're both 35. Partner will be together 15 years next year. Congratulations. We were dating for 2 or 3 years before that too. So our first date was like the first week of May. The first week of May, I think, in 2003. So I guess
I'm not very good at the dates.
Yeah.
Like I'm not good at that.
Yeah, wee babies. So didn't see them out and not making any blackberry. Number 3, margaritas with a huge margarita serving a fishbowl. I got one once, and by the time I was halfway finished, I was ready to face plant and drown.
Yeah, I have never been sick from it, and so I do know when I need to stop. So
youngins, we don't look 35. Yeah, well,
35.
Yeah, we're 35. Being in a long relationship is so different from living with someone. It's a big adjustment. Yeah. We were, so when we were dating, one time she said, Daniel, if I'm your first serious girlfriend, then it's probably not going to work out between us. And, she was my first serious girlfriend, and here we are. But she said, I said, well, if that's the case, then you're wasting my time. I'm going to take you home. And it's over, because if you don't think it's going to work out. And she said, I'm so sorry. I was just scared. I've been with some, I've had some bad, relationships and blah, blah, blah. So got married on her 21st birthday, and she is not 73. Oh, wow. You guys ever go to Chicagoland for whatever reason and someone gets you a Malort? Don't do it. A gasoline shot. Ugh. I don't like it. I don't like the taste
I don't
of
like
alcohol.
a lot of the
Even the stuff that's very low alcohol, like Mike's Hard Lemonade. I can still taste it in there. I don't like it. I'd rather just have regular lemonade. I don't really. I don't like it. But I wish I was 35. You had good knees back then. Real was talking to someone today. I think at Walmart, and said. They said that their kids have grown up, and she asked, well, do you miss it? And he said, yeah, I miss having the kids at home and stuff like that. And she said, I think we will that way too. And I told her, I don't think so. I don't miss anything in our past. I reminisce about those things and enjoy them. I had a great time, but I love where we are now, and I think I'll love where we are in 20 years as well. But when it comes to not, having like hurt knees or something like that, then I think I could see that.
I agree.
So
no gasoline shot.
Gasoline shot.
If I could keep all my knowledge, possibly. I don't want to be 21 again, though. Yeah. I like what happened so far.
Yeah, we had a great time, but we've we had a great time then, and we're having a great time now. I would do some things different. So one of the things I think I would do different is that I could tell young people if they're first getting married is to, just enjoy it. I wish we would have traveled more and stuff before we had kids. I love our kids. I don't, regret that at all. But, I wish we would have traveled a little bit more then, and we'll probably do more of that later. For us, we don't like traveling, a whole lot.
Except I want to go to Florida. I want my knowledge to be 21 again.
Took years to learn to shop and cook for two. I remember when we first got married, I would cook big pots of spaghetti and chili and stuff like that.
And we'd eat it all for a week.
Oh, yeah. So that was the way we saved money, is we would cook it, cook a big pot of it, and that would be pretty much every meal that we would have for a week, except for breakfast. Breakfast, I would have cereal, and then for lunch and supper, I would have spaghetti.
Tiny home.
My mom trained me well when we started dating. She said, "Real men do the laundry, dishes, iron, and sweep the floor." Just call me Mr.
Cinderella.
Well, I do a lot of the cooking, but she does a lot of the cleaning and stuff. I do a lot of the laundry too. I wash it and hang it up, and
I seem to put it away.
And she puts a lot of it away, except for the towels. I do the towels because I don't like the way she folds the towels, but
I'm not a perfectionist, so not everything has to be perfect. But it doesn't have to be perfect.
She's been wanting to go to Florida the last 2 or 3 years, but we just haven't done it yet.
When we lived in California, we went to the beach. But
the beach in California, it's cold.
It is very cold.
No offense to Pacific Oceaners, but
it's too cold.
I don't like the Pacific Ocean as much as the Atlantic Ocean.
I would like to see the Atlantic Ocean.
It was a lot of fun.
We went to vacation.
I tried out for a preaching job in Pensacola, and I loved it. There was a place down there called Crabs We Got 'Em. Oh man, it was unlimited crab. That was before we had kids. We went down there and tried out. When it was on the beach, so I ate all that crab. Oh man, I love crab smothered in butter. Oh, it's so great, and just ate all of it. And she was like, "Are you done yet?" I'm like, "No, I'm eating all the crab I can eat."
I just went.
I'm going to the beach. So she walked down there, and I was just eating the crab.
That sounds perfect. I need to do that.
It was amazing. No, I'm not going during spring breaks. I wouldn't do that. But does anybody else like crab? Oh man, it's so good.
Like shrimp.
I don't like shrimp as much.
I love shrimp. I could eat loads of shrimp.
I'm like Papa with sweet corn. I could eat my weight in crab.
How do you say that? I can eat.
I could eat my weight in sweet corn. That's a lot of sweet corn.
The Bahamas is better.
I like imitation crab too, but we do a low carb diet. I do a low carb diet. And
I do multiple. I just change all the time.
It's got a bunch of other stuff. But if I'm not following the diet, then I'll have imitation crab with lots of butter. The butter makes it tasty. Are you happy if someone else besides me folded anything? I love sweet corn. I could eat my weight in sweet corn, and that's a lot of sweet corn.
Alaska snow crab legs are great.
Oh man, I love crab legs. I love it.
Take a trip.
I want to go. It's somewhere where they have
Pensacola.
What was that place that we went to in California? Sometimes that whenever Chad and I had that diet competition, and I beat him, and I made him take me.
Joe's Crab Shack.
Joe's Crab Shack.
That's like here in Nashville.
Yeah, it's not really any. I mean, it's a chain, Joe's Crab Shack, but I like Crabs We Got 'Em in Pensacola.
What are corn jacks?
Corn jacks? I don't know.
What did you say?
What did I say? Oh no, Angel Eyes said corn jacks.
Oh, do you have corn? No. What are they?
Are they like like Pops? Those jacks that you have in cereal? Those corn, the ones that had a prize in it.
I don't remember.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm sorry, Vintage Vibes. I would be sad if I couldn't eat seafood, but there's tons of other food out there too.
Oh no, I'm so sorry, Vintage Vibes. I love crab. I love it, but I don't eat it very much actually.
No, we don't.
I love steak. Remember that steak video I did? Oh man, I love a ribeye steak. Almost as much as I love crab.
They're corn wrap in a corn batter and then deep fry. That's probably good.
Corn batter and then deep fry. And you're corn deep fried? How could you go wrong? Yeah. Have you ever had deep fried Oreos?
Those are good, but those are a little much.
Well, I've not had deep fried Oreo, but Chad took some Oreo and made it in his air fryer and wrapped it in like a croissant, kind of thing.
We had them at the fair. I guess you didn't have one.
I didn't have one.
Yours with us.
But Key West is great to have those seafood buckets with crabs, mussels, etc. I don't know if I've ever had mussels. I used to love eating fried clam cakes. Come, not cone. What did you say, Baroness? Come down here at Fort Myers. I'll give you all the keys, just a couple hours. You're liable to have us knock on your door, Baroness. Because she wants to go. I want to go on a trip, just Rua and I, just for a few days. But we did that. Was it last year that we went, or was that 2 years?
2 years ago.
We went to California.
I wouldn't have done. I would have done that. I'm very glad that I got to see
a lot of friends. So
yeah.
We went to California for a few days, and the kids stayed here with Nana and Papa. But mussels cooked in wine and garlic. Oh man, I've got to try it now. Yes. But I like steak. I love steak, ribeye steak, and I like cooking it myself too. It's really great. Aren't mussels really chewy? I don't know. I don't know. Already that steak had me licking the screen. I know that steak. You don't know the half of the vintage vibes about that steak. It was so tasty. It was so delightful. Oh man, I love it. I gotta buy me again. It was good. All right, well then we have to do that. Anyway, let's see. Did I miss anything? I don't guess so. I think that's about it. Alaska snow crabs, Bahamas. I wanted to go on a cruise.
I don't know if I want to
after
go
this
on
whole coronavirus thing,
no
people
cruise.
doing that.
After you, no,
but,
I'm not going to cruise.
I enjoy the low carb keto diet. To be honest with you, and I like eating the same things over and over again. Really like to have variety. But,
I do. I switch between low carb, eat whatever I want, gluten free, clean eating.
Yeah, steak went up. I don't want to buy it much, but yeah, I'll look about those that corn, the jack corn. But anyway, boy, you guys, time kind of flew in here talking to you guys about food. I love food.
Me too.
Food is so delicious and tasty. Oh man, it's so good. Those daylilies, they weren't bad at all.
I really like them on the salad. I had one later that night.
A retail vegan? What's a retail vegan? I have to look that up. Anyway, Angel started.
Food and drinking. I agree. She asked us if we drank and just went on from there.
Well, there was a time when I would have probably said, I would have been like, no, we keep that private. We don't drink and stuff like that. But I want to be honest with you. There was a time whenever I would have, been like, no, I don't think a Christian, should drink. But I don't see that. We are Christian. But we're open to a bunch of other people. We're not trying to be pushy about anything, but but I don't think you can make that.
I'm glad you did, Angel Eyes.
I don't think you can make that argument very well. Retail vegan because I go through a middleman called a guy. That's good, Tiny Home Deals. They say, about cows eating grass. I love that, pigs can eat grass and turn it into bacon.
I know we cooked where Daniel's cooking Ralph. And so.
Well, we butchered Ralph. We butchered our first pig. I was thinking about doing that video tomorrow, the first part of it.
In that little thing.
Yeah, there's a cooker back there. He's been cooking for a while, really low and slow. I guess we shouldn't call
him Ralph. Just some pork is back there.
That was our first one, but anyway, love you guys so much. Appreciate all you're doing for our channel, and we're growing it, and we're doing good. I don't think we're going to be running the goat cam for a little while. We're going to stop that for the next few days. I think it's actually been bringing people away from the channel the last few days and bringing people closer. Well, we named him. So that's the thing about our food is that they are, taken care of. They're really, we try to take care of them a whole lot. Yeah. Angel Eyes asked how come we named our food.
Yeah, because he was, and I honestly said he was going to be like my pet, but he just ended up wandering the farm, and I thought, we can't kill him, we can't. I wasn't ready, but then I know where he came from. And he had a nice life.
Plus, the boar was bullying him, and we don't have enough space to put them all separate and all that stuff. So we had him separate for a while. He had a really nice life.
He had such a nice life, and I know, it's so neat that he was not injected with. I know exactly what.
Yeah, we never, injected him with any chemicals or anything like that. He is, organic. He did have some GMO corn because that's where we are right now. When we buy corn, a lot of corn is GMO. Ultimately, I kind of like to get away from that, but you do kind of thing. But
Mr. Seaverl, yeah, he was in here earlier, but then he wasn't. He's usually not like that. He was a little rowdy. Yeah.
I think I've got two that are pregnant. One's going to farrow anytime, and then another, unless you count Petunia. I think our big.
No, we're not going to eat Steve.
Not unless he makes me mad.
Nuh-uh, we're not eating Steve. Steve's our pet. Steve's our pet.
He wagged his tail.
What's Boo Boo? No, we're attached. I'm already very much attached.
He's a sweet pig. He's a good guy, but.
What are Boo Boo burgers?
I don't know. I've never heard of Boo Boo burgers.
Sometimes Solomon eats.
Boo Boo boogers.
Boo Boo burgers.
Anyway,
we try to tell him not to do
we're
that.
probably not gonna eat Steve Earl, but
No, we're not eating Steve.
Yeah.
Steve's a pet.
I know one of them's pregnant. There may be another one. I didn't know either. I was told not to eat it, but my specialist after surgery, our first steer we butchered was named Boo Boo. We have two steers. One is Toast and one is Cream. Toast is Cinnamon's boy, and Cream is Cookie's boy.
Yeah, we haven't.
So a booger burger.
I feel sick. I feel nauseous.
Really gets. That's one of the things that makes her disgusting. You want to pick from our next litter? Maybe we'll have to, make a trip down there and bring you a pig.
4 kids and a pig.
4 kids and a pig.
Anyway. And Nelson.
Nelson. All right, we're getting off of here. It's 9:05 our time. We're gonna go to bed soon. I had to get up early. I preached this morning, and I'm kind of tired. So I love you guys. Appreciate all you do for us. We'll see you next time.
Bye. No, well, I didn't.